Hi, I'm Anthony, and today I'm revisiting my sawhorses. And here's why. So when I first made my original video about these, I said I would come back if there was anything else that I was missing or anything went wrong. And here something did go wrong. So the copper I used for this here ended up breaking right there where I smashed it flat. So while it was a good idea, that ended up being a wiggle point and it ended up breaking. So I'm changing over to nylon straps. Now this isn't any kind of special nylon strap. As a matter of fact, it was one of the straps that were bundled around a package of lumber, or what lumber yards use is just woven nylon strap. And so I picked up some of that off the job site, and I sewed a couple of them, and I didn't sew a couple of the others just to see how they would hold up as an experiment. Plus, it was taking way too long, so I decided to just forgo it and see how it would work. So what I did, and I'll show where I'm sewing these, and sewed these together and put the handle on the one, just sewed it together to see if it would make it a little bit stiffer. So when I put it on there, how it holds up and how it stays there so that I can hook it on my knobs that I have in my trailer. Another one I did just the ends, and the other two I didn't do anything. I'm just going to fold them over, poke a hole in them, and run my bolt through them. So now that we have all that squared away, and I also did pick up two more. I've had two for a while. Every now and then I run into an issue where I need two more, so figured I'd grab two more and do this all at one time. So let me get these taken apart, and then I'll get ready to put these on. It appears my bolt actually rusted through, and I don't know if it's from rust. I wrung the head right off of it. I don't know if it's from rust or if it was from the copper against this galvanized metal. So that's very interesting. So that one seemed to work, and it didn't have any issues as far as being rusted. So I'm going to come just behind the legs here when they're open. Make sure everything clears there. So we're about right in here. And I thought I made my straps plenty long. And if I go right there, I did. So just come back about a ½ inch from there and drill 2 holes. Oh, I need a drill bit. Oh, well, there it is. Let me drill these out. Alright, so I opted to go for 1/4-20s because that's what I have here, instead of running to the store. And I do have locking nuts, but they're pretty thick. So I'm going to go with just some regular nuts, and I'm going to use some thread locker on them, at least blue thread locker, because that's what I have. So here's what I got. I got my nylon strap. I got a 1/4 bolt. This happens to be 1.25 inches, something like that. And I got 1/4 nut. I got a 1/4 inch washer and some blue thread locker. I also have my center punch, and what I'm going to do is just take this, and instead of cutting a hole, I'm just going to separate it out a little bit so I can get the bolt through there. And that's all I need. Take that, put the washer on there. That way it's not actually tearing the fibers. And I did fold these over on themselves. This one here I sewed so it would stay there nicely. So I just ran this bolt down through there, and I'm going to stick it in there like that. And let's see. I am planning on cutting the excess bolt off of here, because I have to. Squeeze a little bit of this gel out of here. All right, flip that around, do the other side. That should be plenty. So I'm just taking this here, working that. You can do anything, probably use anything here, use a nail if you had to. Just something to separate the fibers so you can get the bolt through there. So you can still retain all the strength of the fibers, because now you're hanging on, the only thing you're hanging on is whatever you can press to the side of the sawhorse and the edge of the the fibers there. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to take a file over that edge, or a grinder with a flap disc on it. All right, that's one done. Don't want to slice my fingers open while I'm trying to work. Alright, I think that thread locker will hold it there. And let's see how long these last. And let me put the rest of these together and we'll go from there. Okay, so for this particular project, here's all the stuff that I used. I needed some nylon strapping, which I got off the job site. I made each of these straps 17 inches long, and it looks like I'm about 2 inches back from this edge to here. It's about 2 inches. I folded the strap over 1 inch, so it's doubled over on itself on each end. So essentially I have a 15-inch strap that's doubled over on the ends. I used a punch that had a sharp point on it to poke my holes. I used 1/4-20 bolts and nuts because that's what I had laying here. You can use anything. Just use a fairly big washer here so that you can it can pinch that in there. Let's see. When I cut my nylon strapping, I did heat it up with a torch so it doesn't fray all over the place, so you want to be careful with that. I used a file. I used a metal cutting blade. And that's about it. So I'm going to go hang these up in the trailer. Well, I can tell you straight away that the one I sewed over definitely hooks into my hook a little better because it's skinnier onto my hook here. Work much better if I had a sewing machine, but I don't, so I have to stitch that all by hand, so that's why it takes so long. And I'll use them for a while, and I'll if anything changes on these, I'll definitely report back, just like I did on the previous ones. And we'll see how long these last. The first ones, the romex wire lasted about, I guess it's about 1.5 years. And I didn't use them all the time either. It's just that wear and tear of getting them in and out of the trailer. And it was a weak point. And so I tried it. It didn't work very long. So now I'm trying something else and letting you guys know about it. So if you like these kinds of videos, click that like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, thank you very much. Please also leave a comment on how you store your sawhorses. And if you do, whether it be these or a different kind of sawhorse, definitely leave a comment on how you do that. Remember to positively impact those around you and make today the best. Thanks for watching.